In our previous video, we discussed and also understood that the Sigiriya has been designed considering a flying ship. Archaeologists have different idea. The archaeologists believe those unique structures on top of the Sigiriya is the foundation of a palace. The other hand, the archaeologists were unable to discover any archaeological evidence in order to prove their concept. We have recognized the Sigiriya actually represent an ancient flying ship. So today I am intending to describe the effects of those geometrical shapes. The Sigiriya has been designed according to the cross section of aircraft wing, just like my model. It has a very special shape on its one side, similar to the aerofoil. Aerofoil has a low pressure zone and top of the top area, and also the high pressure zone at the bottom. The high pressure zone pull the aircraft wing upward. This is how the aircraft flies. Therefore, because of the Sigiriya also has same aerodynamical configuration or aerofoil shape, it also has the thrust force toward the direction of low pressure zone, which is this direction. When the air comes into the Sigiriya, is divide air into multiple air stream channels, and one channel flows at great speed over here. Also that creates low pressure zone. This particular low pressure zone is the idea to be build the Sigiriya as a shape of the aerofoil, because the low pressure zone absorb all the air remain on this flat area of the Sigiriya, including the area on top of the water pond, also at the tail part. The low pressure zone absorb air into its low pressure zone and it replaces immediately, and that happened continuously. And also the air comes into the Sigiriya, it passes through this particular wall, and that is the most highest part of the Sigiriya. The wall has been divided by small narrow walking path. Also, this particular wall has been constructed in unique shape, exactly similar to the sine wave of the vibration. I have recognized the sine wave shaped wall also has been done according to the vibration frequency of the Sigiriya rock. The mechanism I will describe in later. Let's look at the satellite image of the Sigiriya in order to identify the purpose. We can see, as I described before, the sine wave shaped wall over there, and it has been separated by small walking path. The air comes across this wall has great speed. Because of the speed, it maintains the low pressure zone. The air comes through this direction. Because of its unique shape, it immediately reduces the speed of the air, increasing the pressure. Therefore, this unique wall has two air pressure zones. The difference between the air pressure produces air flows from high pressure to low pressure. So basically, it has been done in order to evacuate or absorb the air from downward and replace that all the air with a high speed air stream. We can see the Seagate engineers have considered to maintain this particular area as a low pressure air zone, because they absorb the air from two directions, one from the lowest air pressure zone and also from here. When the air flows into the upward, is collect more air into the upper stream, increasing its air mass flow rate. And also, when the air passes through this stair passage, that produce high suction force. The suction force will not allow to pass any air crossing this direction. Therefore, when the air comes on top part of the Sigiri mountain, it immediately absorbs downward through this special air absorbing port or through the stairs, and finally it's collected with the high speed airstream, and then finally it falls into the water pond. I have recognized the water pond as a neutralizing device. That is more sensible when we consider the air as a fourth state matter, which is a plasma. The plasma associated physics I will describe later. But the question is, what is the purpose to create special mechanism to absorb the air from this specific portal? This particular area actually works just like a carburetor. So I have recognized the Sigiriya engineers has been considered to increase the most critical aerodynamical fact or aerodynamic facts, which is known as coefficient of lift, without increasing the coefficient drag. In generally, when we design the aircraft wind, just like my model, there's a special fact in order to increase the lifting force, as I described before, the coefficient lift. In order to increase the coefficient lift, we need to increase the thickness of the chamber. That means from here to here. By increasing the thickness or increasing the chamber thickness, we can increase the coefficient lift. That means we eventually will be able to increase the lift force. But within the increasement of the thickness, that also increase the resistance area of the wind. Therefore, it produces high coefficient drag. That is a disadvantage, because when the drag force become higher, that require external or additional force in order to push the wind forward. So the Seagiria engineers has found astonishing method to increase the coefficient lift without increasing the coefficient drag. How they have done: when the air comes in front of the Seagiria, it will not allow to pass into the backward. It's immediately absorbed from here, and finally it has been set to fall into the water pond. Therefore, if we assume the Seagiria as an aircraft which moves forward at great speed, the air comes from top part of the Seagiria, has to travel more high speed to pass this resistance barrier because it's absorbed. So what air does, it comes from most higher angle, just like I'm showing from my hand, to pass and complete the pressure balance which is at the behind of the Seagiria mountain. So we can see in that case the particular mechanism provides thickness to the airfoil without increasing physical thickness, and also we can see it has already created the virtual airfoil. Also, that is the purpose of designing such amazing geometrical shape, because the Seagiria is the only place that we can find astonishing aerodynamical engineering which has been used to increase the coefficient lift without increasing the coefficient drag. So this is a great discovery that I have found in the Seagiria. I have done deep research about aerodynamic effects of the Seagiria mountain. Therefore, I have understood any air comes into the direction of the Seagiria does not have any resistance with its surface. That is how the Seagiria has been done. In addition, there's a special sliding door must be located over here, but actually I don't think the archaeologists have discovered such a sliding door, but it must be here. By closing that and opening the sliding door, we can change the airflow directions for different purposes. I will describe that purposes at my next video. So it is clear the Seagiria engineers has done extremely advanced mechanism in order to maintain this particular area as a low air pressure zone as much as possible, because that they were planning to produce thrust force